The loudest people in the room are rarely the most secure. The man posting luxury dinners, checking stock prices every 15 minutes, and upgrading his car every 2 years often sleeps with financial anxiety sitting quietly in his chest. Meanwhile, someone else drives a 5-year-old car. They wear the same watch every day, disappear on weekends, and never talk about money. They could walk away from their job tomorrow without a hint of panic. One person looks successful, while the other person actually owns Benten. Modern culture has confused the two, measuring life by visible assets while ignoring the psychological price of maintaining them. Take two people living in the same city, same age, same education, and the same salary. The first man's life is a gallery of modern success. His apartment is beautiful, his devices are current, and his wardrobe is curated. Yet every month feels tight. He tells himself he's one raise away from peace, but the upgrades keep pace with the income, keeping the pressure constant. The second man lives 15 minutes away, in a smaller space with older technology. His mornings are quiet. He drinks coffee slowly and walks without headphones. Because his expenses are low, he no longer needs every opportunity that comes his way. When identical incomes produce such different levels of peace, the difference is rarely about money itself. It suggests the first man is using consumption to buy emotional reassurance, using a car or a watch to tell himself he isn't falling behind. We need to redefine the metric. True wealth is the ability to remain calm while the world demands you move faster. This is silent wealth. In this framework, money stops being a source of drama and becomes a purely strategic tool for protecting your autonomy. The first rule of silent wealth is that it often becomes visually smaller as it grows. Attention is a recurring expense. When your lifestyle becomes your identity, you're trapped in a performance. You have to keep spending just to maintain the image you've projected to the world. Financially secure people often avoid this trap by optimizing for flexibility instead of appearance. They repeat clothing and keep older cars because they no longer feel the need to be seen. Loud wealth is fragile because it requires witnesses to feel real. Silent wealth is robust because its only requirement is freedom. This leads to the second rule. Emotional space is a high-yielding asset. Financial stress fragments your attention and creates a false urgency. It makes you reactive, forcing you to accept bad deals or difficult situations because you don't have the margin to say no. This chart compares those two states over 30 years. The reactive line represents a life of constant upgrades and urgency, high activity, low progress. The steady line shows how low overhead allows better, slower decisions. These choices compound over decades, eventually outperforming even the highest salaries. Look at your surroundings and identify one purchase you made to keep up with a trend. If that item disappeared tomorrow, how much extra breathing room would you have? Your baseline peace is often hidden behind the things you bought to impress others. Rule 3 is that freedom is built through hundreds of unremarkable daily decisions. These choices, like keeping a functional phone or cooking at home, create optionality. This is the ability to wait and evaluate the world without desperation. You only move when the opportunity is right. But Rule 4 shows why this is difficult. Constant psychological noise jams your decision-making process, forcing you to spend margin before it accumulates. Silent wealth protects itself by aggressively reducing this complexity. By removing unnecessary financial obligations, you protect your present-day peace of mind. Because this low-friction life removes the noise, a person earning a modest income can feel emotionally wealthier than someone earning triple their salary. The final rule is that at its peak, financial security changes your identity. You stop designing a life that looks successful to strangers and start designing a life that actually feels good to live. This shift changes your behavior. You buy fewer things, but you enjoy them more because they are aligned with your actual needs rather than your social proof. When you are internally stable, you no longer need your purchases to speak on your behalf. Returning to our comparison, the silent earner's life remains unimpressive from the outside, but internally they have eliminated the fear and guilt that define modern status seeking. The most secure people in society are often the ones who have consciously stopped trying to look wealthy. The moment your happiness becomes cheaper, your freedom expands. Silence in a loud world isn't empty, it's a quiet, steady form of control.